Hi, I'm T.R. Williams, County Executive.
Hi, I'm Keith Durham, Mayor of the City of Lawrenceburg, the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the home of David Crockett.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Betts. I'm host president of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series held in Lawrenceburg.
On behalf of the citizens of Lawrence County,
I want to welcome you to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series.
PSEC Productions, in association with K2 Media, proudly presents the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV Online. Now, live from the birthplace of Southern gospel music and the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
And welcome back into the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series as we are ready for our nightcap game as lineups are being announced between the team from West End, Pennsylvania and the host team from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. 2 3-0 teams in the American Division. The winner will get the first place seed and a bye into the semifinals Wednesday. So a lot to play for tonight here at Denver Trap Field. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. As they finish announcing the names, we're going to actually carry our national anthem here tonight. We've also got a special presentation as they're going to announce the home team first. So Stanley will welcome you in, and big game here tonight. And you know, when Lawrenceburg started, you'd hope that they'd have something going on. 2 3-0 teams. We were really excited about this game.
Yeah, this is the game we've been waiting for here tonight. Not just because it's Lawrenceburg, but because both teams are undefeated. The winner will get a bye, and the loser will go play Texas that we just saw beat Montana. And let me tell you, I talked to some Montana kids on the way out, and every one of them said, thank you so much for the experience that we've had here. So that's what Babe Ruth baseball is all about. Yeah, it's about wins and losses and making it to the finals, but it's also about what happens off the field, and all those kids really enjoyed it.
Well, it has been a great experience, and I've seen a lot of smiling faces, a lot of host parents that have got a lot out of these, and I know the kids have as well. So as we get ready for our special presentation, we're going to go down to the field here in just a moment with Paul Plant. As the host team was just announced, umpires are being announced. And if you're a baseball fan in Lawrenceburg, you're going to recognize who this presentation is going to be for, throwing out the first pitch. So here's the code. We'll listen in.
It is a lifestyle, and each of our players play by the following code. Won't you join me, please, as we recite the sportsmanship code of Babe Ruth baseball. Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop a spirit of cooperation and team play. And develop into real, true citizens. What a great code. What a great game this is. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Paul Plant, who will introduce our national anthem.
Our national anthem tonight will be offered by Mr. Lane Toney. Lane is the director of music at E.O. Kaufman Middle School and is the associate band director at Lawrence County High School. Lane, our national anthem. Lane Tony, director of the Big Gold Machine. Thank you, Lane. We have a family we'd like to recognize tonight. Born in Lawrence County, Tennessee, Glenn Tidwell. Come on out, folks. Glenn Tidwell was drafted into the Army at age 18, went to Vietnam, stepped on a landmine, lost a foot. Well, he got mad about that and only served 20 more years in the military. After he came home from the military, he began service here. He was a police detective and a wonderful one. There were rumors about the rubber hose. I don't believe any of that, but there were rumors. But in addition to that, Glenn loved youth baseball. He also loved the Yankees. He coached Babe Ruth baseball for 34 years, coaching the Yankees team, and this is his family. Miss Barbara Tidwell, the mama. She has son Mark and his wife Crystal. He has daughter Laura and her husband Bobby Benson. And she has daughter Stacy and her husband Nakia McFall. And the ones that Glenn loved the most, Spencer and Avery Tidwell, Bryson and Aniston McFall, Abby and Bobby Benson. Ladies and gentlemen, the family of Glenn Tidwell, right here. Barbara, some of us have tried this before and we didn't get it there. I bet you can. Let her fly. All right. Oops, okay, that's good, that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, let's honor again Glenn Tidwell and his wonderful family. Thank you all very much.
All right. What an honor. Well deserved. Yep, it's youth baseball royalty, the name, Glenn Tidwell. And one of my coaches, Stanley, is the 1 year I made All-Stars, 15-year-old. He was our All-Star coach. Learned so much in just that 6-week span that I played. And well-deserved here tonight. So congratulations and a well-honor, and I know they are very proud for that. Great job, too, by Lane Tony, director of the bands at middle school and also assistant director here at Lawrence County High School in Lawrenceburg. So, all right, well, we got a baseball game, Stanley, and this is going to be a fun one tonight. So let's get right to our keys to the game.
Well, for Lawrence, for both teams, actually, these keys were. Let me back up. These keys to the game are brought to you by Williams Auto Sales and Auto Credit. Next time you're looking for a car or truck, go see Bobby or Raleigh for your new set of keys. And for both teams, it's about pitching. You're down here in the last pool game. You know you got a 3-0 record. You know you're going to the next round. And it's time now to start setting your pitching up. And if you win this game, you get a bye, which will save you some arms. If you don't win it, then you're going to have to play an extra game, and the quarterfinals is what I'm calling it right now, and the Tuesday night games tomorrow night. And then we'll have the semifinals Wednesday night, and, of course, the finals Thursday. So both coaching staffs I've already heard they will probably go by committee. They don't want to wear any particular pitcher out. We may see 3 or 4 pitchers for each team in this game. So the pitching is going to be the key to this game for both teams.
All right, so there are your keys to the game, and we'll get right into our First Farmers starting lineups brought to you by First Farmers. For the life you lead. The visitors on the scoreboard are from West End, Pennsylvania, Williamsport, Pennsylvania, to be exact. Cody Shemp will lead things off in right. Owen Keiss will bat second. Hunter Webb will hit third. And to my knowledge, the only one to hit a ball out of the ballpark on either field. Nolan Ott is the extra hitter. He will be cleanup. Ethan Stryker hits fifth. Eric Holtz batting sixth. Tanner Esposito seventh. Caleb Joy eighth. Brandon Lohner ninth. And Sam Newton is hitting 10th. First pitch, Jacob Laws is over for a strike. We're underway at 9:24 p.m. Central Time from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, in the Babe Ruth World Series. The big lefty on the mound for the host team from Lawrenceburg. And that pitch is going to be high for a ball, as Laws has 1 inning of work so far in the World Series. And it was a good one. Cody Shemp, leadoff hitter for Pennsylvania. Lined right to Ryan Weathers. And he was in the perfect position. 1 out here in the top of the first.
Showing the defense over there from Ryan Weathers, probably the best pitcher on the staff currently. He plays a mean first base over there.
So Owen Keiss is our hitter from Pennsylvania. Hits with the right side facing the lefty. First pitch is fouled away. 0-1 the count. And Jacob Laws, Stanley will hit north of 80, 85. Close to it. He and Ryan Weathers both. A couple of hard throwing lefties for this Lawrenceburg team. The 0-1 is low, 1-1, and so often with Jacob Law, Stanley, the biggest part is just the intimidation of his size on the mound.
Yeah, 6'7".
Here's the 1-1. Line drive on the right side, off the ground. Ryan Weathers over to Laws, covering. And yes! Jacob Laws gets there in time. What a play by the big fella.
Yeah, delayed call from the umpire, but a good hustle from Jacob Laws. He had to really get over there to beat the runner.
Wow, 3-1 on the putout. Nice play by Laws. Too quickly gone here in the top of the first. Just underway, no score. Two undefeated teams. Winner will get the number 1 seed in the semifinals and a bye. Hunter Webb, the hitter, right-handed, and takes a strike right down Broadway, 0-1 the count.
This weather report brought to you by Martin Methodist College, providing an education that's personal. It's 72 degrees and it has cleared off, and a beautiful night here for baseball.
It is picture-perfect, slight breeze. Here's the 0-1. It is low and inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Pennsylvania and Lawrenceburg for first place in the American Division. Popped up out of play to the right side. Over behind the VIP and over towards the ticket booth. Count is now 1-2.
This Pennsylvania team, like Montana, they had a off day the first day of play, and then we had the rainouts, and then you get to play till Saturday night.
Laws, that one's low.
Got in here on Tuesday. They're from Williamsport, and you probably heard that name before with youth baseball, as that is the home of Little League baseball.
That's right, Little League World Series.
That'll be starting up probably this coming week.
Laws, the 2-2 fouled away. Excuse me, Stanley.
Well, I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. We've been on this stuff so much.
I think they're in regional play right now. World Series should take place within the next week, I think.
Yeah.
It's always a lot of fun to watch. 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. To Webb. Slapped foul over towards our right field camera position, and Darian McCroskey. His brother AJ up in the booth with us. Kyle Johnson, our director.
Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from flash photography on a lighted field. Flash has no effect.
Here's 2-2. And a grounder to the third. Kendall Franklin has the pitch and the ball in time to get the runner. 1-2-3 goes Lawrenceburg, or rather goes Pennsylvania in the first. The host team from Lawrence County will come to play when we return to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You got to come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Up to the plate. And it will be, lineup looks like this. Coulter Hauser leading off. Jacob Hallmart hitting second. At short, Ryan Weathers hits third. At first, Lance Pope, the cleanup hitter, in left. Sam Crane will bat fifth. At second, batting sixth, Kendall Franklin at third, who just made a nice play. Jacob Laws, the pitcher, at seventh. Bradley Huckabee hits eighth. Drew Bailey ninth. And Ben Staggs is in right, hitting 10th. Defensive alignment for Pennsylvania. Keys, at third. Tanner Esposito at short. Caleb Joy is at second. Ethan Stryker at first. Sam Newton in left. Hunter Webb in center. Cody Ship is in right. Eric Holtz behind the plate. And the pitcher for Pennsylvania, Brandon Lohner. First pitch coming to Coulter Hauser. And it is high for a ball. 1-0 the count. No score, bottom of the first. Two undefeated teams. West End, Pennsylvania and Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. And the 1-0 is same place, same result, 2-0. Another jam-packed Denver Trap Stadium at Bobby Brewer Park in Lawrenceburg tonight. The 2-0 delivery from Lohner. Strike outside corner. 2-1. Old Glory starting to lift her tails a little bit.
Yeah, blowing in tonight.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Count even on Hauser at 2-2.
Brandon Lohner, a right-hander out there for Pennsylvania.
The 2-2 coming from Lohner. Here it is. And that is low. Gets past Holtz. Count is full. Leadoff hitter from Lawrenceburg, Coulter Hauser, who has led off the first inning and gotten on base each of the first three games, Stanley.
Let's keep that streak going here.
How about those field conditions, Stanley?
Yeah, let's look at them. Brought to you by Express Med, urgent and primary care, convenient, fast, painless. Express Med, are you sick? They're quick. It's very sloppy out there right now with all the rain we've had today, but the ground crew has done a fabulous job to get it playable.
The payoff pitch is high, and Hauser goes 4 for 4 to lead off the game for Lawrenceburg in pool play as he draws a full count walk, and it'll be Jacob Hallmark.
Of course, Denver Trap Field, 336 down the left and right field lines and 375 to deep center field.
A lot of room in the outfield and in foul territory here at Denver Trap Field. All right, Hauser at first, Hallmark, the hitter. Facing Lohner from the stretch now. Cheating in his keys from third. Expecting a sacrifice bunt, and time called and asked for. Hallmark is 5 of 11 or .445 batting average here at the World Series. As first pitch to him is low and outside. 1-0. Striker holding Hauser on at first. Lawrenceburg again, Stanley, in their University of Tennessee orange and white creamsicle uniforms.
Yeah, well, they haven't brought out the camouflage ones yet.
That's right. There goes Hauser. Ball is lifted up to center and a hit and run. Hauser going to have to retreat as going back is Webb. Makes the catch in deep right center field. So a hit and run was on, and Hallmark put a charge into it, but Webb able to track it down for the first out of the inning.
That is the first baseman, number 25, Ryan Weathers.
So playing a little hit and run here in the first inning. Jacob got under a little bit, but he poked it real deep to center field, but Hauser was on his way to second base and had to hurry and get back to first.
Weathers at the plate. Have an outstanding World Series. First pitch to him is high for a ball. He is hitting .556 with 5 RBIs at the Babe Ruth World Series in 3 games.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Slightly open stance. He hits right, throws left. There's a line drive into left center field going over his Webb. And just off the end of the bat for Weathers. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. And safe at second is Hauser. And I tell you what, a heads-up play by Hauser as he did not automatically retreat. He waited, and because he did so, he was able to scoot on to second to avoid the force.
Yeah, tough break for the young man in center field well, but you just hit him on the heel of the glove, and as you said, Hauser, smart base running there, got down to halfway like you're supposed to do, and then when he dropped it, he hurried into second base.
Lance Pope, the hitter, with runners at first and second. First pitch to him gets past the catcher to the backstop, and Holtz, and moving up a base each is Hauser and Weathers.
This is the last day of pool play, the last game that Lawrenceburg and Pennsylvania will be playing in pool play here. We've already got the national division set. California will be the first seed, followed by Texas at second and Sarasota at third.
Pope hitting 200 for the World Series with 3 RBIs.
The American division, the other game being played right now is North Dakota and Massachusetts. So all these games matter in this seedings for the elimination rounds.
2-0 the count to Pope. That one's low, 3-0. Pope, who normally plays left field, also pitches, had a start in the second game. That pitch is over for a strike. And Pope draws a walk.
Bases loaded, JP.
Batter, the second baseman, number 5, Sam Crane, 1 out.
Sam Crane will step into the batter's box as there's a meeting at the mound. Holtz wants to come out and talk to his pitcher. Keys comes in, and while he does that, watch and listen to every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee by visiting xsportsradio.com. The Exports Radio Network and Exports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at xsportsradio.com. Sam Crane facing Lohner. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. No score, ball gets past Holtz. Here comes Hauser. No play at the plate, and Lawrenceburg jumps out on top, 1-0.
So Lawrenceburg strikes first here in this ball game in the bottom of the first. That one just got away. Thought they may have a play at the plate, but no attempt. Time's going to be called.
All right, so manager coming out for Pennsylvania. Tory Schemp, rather. While he does that, I want to remind folks that Babe Ruth League's biggest summer events come to you from all across the country, from Cal Ripken Baseball to Babe Ruth Softball to Babe Ruth Baseball. BRN, the Babe Ruth Network, is your daily insight into all things Babe Ruth League. Tune in every day to check out what's going on in these all-star tournaments and maybe catch your team make our plays of the day. Go to BabeRuthNetwork.org. Well, a shaky start for Brandon Lohner and Pennsylvania. No hits allowed, but we've had 3 walks already and a couple of wild pitches. And Sam Crane steps in there. He'll have a 1-0 count. There is 1 out. First base is open. On deck is Kendall Franklin. Hits to the right side, does Crane. Slightly open stance. Here's the pitch from Lohner, the 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. Crane, a very picky hitter, does not strike out very often.
No, he's got good discipline at the plate.
The 2-0 from Lohner. Popped him up. On the infield to the right side. Calling everybody off his striker at first. He makes the play for the second out of the inning. You know Sam's going to wish he had that one back.
We do have infield fly rule in Babe Ruth, don't we?
You want to ask me questions I don't know the answers to, Stanley? What's that all about?
Let me ask an umpire.
Greg Johnson, one of our local officials. And
If fair, it is an infield fly rule.
Okay, well, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Giddy up.
Greg Johnson also on the host committee board. 1-0 your score. Lawrenceburg with the lead. Kendall Franklin, the hitter. He's facing a 1-0 count. That one's over for a strike. Count even at 1-1.
Yeah, Kendall getting the start at third base tonight. Plays on the Loretta Mustang team.
Yeah, this team, made up of equal parts from Loretto, Summertown, and Lawrenceburg. There's a line drive ground ball. Esposito, long throw to first is in time.
Good play by Esposito, backhanding it, making a long throw.
Third out of the inning on the 6-3 putout. Lawrenceburg gets 1 run, no hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We played 1. The host team, they're leading Pennsylvania 1-0 on the Exports Radio Network, Exports TV, and live from Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
And we're back in Lawrenceburg for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. J.P. Plant, Stanley Wilson here. High atop our broadcast position, built by Parks Lumber. And 1-0 your score. Lawrenceburg leading Pennsylvania, 2-3-0 teams as we head to the top half of the second. And it'll be Nolan Ott, Ethan Stryker, and Eric Holtz, the first 3 up. For the boys from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, part of the West End Babe Ruth League. West End wearing white jerseys, white pants, red numbers and letters, and they've got this sleeveless jersey with a T-shirt underneath. That's a good look, old school look. We already talked about.
I like that look.
Yeah, we already talked about Lawrenceburg and their University of Tennessee old Astro-style creamsicle look. Here's the first pitch from Jacob Laws to Nolan Ott.
Nolan Ott, the owner of a home run yesterday, over the fence home run, the only one in the tournament so far. His uncle is Ed Ott, played for the Pittsburgh Pirates from 74 to 80 and then the Angels in 81. He was a catcher. And on the 79, we are family Pirates.
Get you all kinds of information, Stanley.
Well, you know, when the internet comes back on, I'm smarter.
Hitter will be Ethan Stryker. Hits on the right side as well. First pitch from Laws, inside corner for a strike.
He's got some baseball bloodlines in him. Good to see Jacob Laws out there. He's had some arm problems this summer, but he pitched the inning the other night and said he felt no discomfort.
Pitches
way
outside.
Yeah, Bradley Huckabee had to come out of his crouch.
Pardon me. Had granola bar in between the games.
Bless you.
Yes. 1-1. The Stryker. He struck that one into right center field. Going for third is Ott, and he will make it as cutting it off was Hallmark. So back-to-back hits for Pennsylvania. They've got runners at the corners and nobody out here in the top of the second.
Well, this early in the game, you want to play for the double play here. Maybe give up the run for the 2 outs. Let's see if Lawrenceburg brings their corners up in the infield. Huckabee making some signs. Part of the job of the catcher to go out there. The second base empty. Ryan Weathers going to hold him on it first.
There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Laws. Delivery fouled away from Holtz.
Yeah, he took a little bit off of that one. A little change up there. Holtz got behind it. He didn't know whether to swing or not, and he pokes it foul. So he's behind now 0-2.
Eric Holtz. Here's the 0-2 from Laws. Now that one away. Oh and 2 still the count. 1-0 Tennessee leading, but Pennsylvania is threatening with runners at the corners and nobody out. Laws from the stretch, now throws to first. Nice dig there by Ryan Weathers. As Stryker get a little dirty. He can now officially say he was in the game.
Exactly right.
Although I think that single announced his presence. And as Newt Lelouch said, announced with authority. There's a grounder chop foul. Did you catch that, Stanley?
Yes,
what movie?
I did.
Stanley, I'm not sure there is a seat available anywhere in the grandstands at Denver Trap Field.
Filled up here for this late night game.
And you know, there's not even a place to stand and watch on the fence. The 0-2 delivery, ground ball to the right side. Crane moving to his left. On to second for one. Not in time for the double play, as coming home to score and tie it up is Nolan Ott. So Holtz with an RBI and the fielder's choice. Stryker forced out at second, and there's one out and one runner on.
Well, good hitting right there by Holtz, going the other way with it, hitting behind the runner, getting that runner home. That was not a double play ball, but Sam Crane teaming up with Jacob Hallmark at second base to get the lead runner.
So Tanner Esposito, first pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. That one's high and outside. And Huckabee having to come out of his crouch to get that one. Two and 0 the count. One out in the inning, runner at first. Try to take a little off of that one. It's outside 3-0.
He's missing outside right here. Bradley wants to call timeout and come out there and talk to his pitcher.
And just got a message saying you were talking about Ott earlier. He was a roommate to Johnny Lyles. They were both in the Pirates minor league system.
That means Ed Ott didn't get a word in.
3-0 delivery. Strike. The outside corner 3-1. Johnny Lyles is, of course, a friend of ours and was a host family. Had a couple boys from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. 3-1 the count. To Esposito, fouled away. Watch out, Weaver.
My goodness.
They're gunning for him.
Yeah, well, this time he's a little bit further back from the first base.
Oh, boy.
He's got a magnet on him tonight, or a bullseye. Maybe it's a bullseye.
Payoff pitch. Grounder to the right side. Crane. On to second for one. Hallmark over, air mails it, and going nowhere. And now
Weaver scurrying back in the dugout.
He's like, I give.
Well, he's going to stay in there for a little bit. But good play by Bradley Huckabee backing up. That's what you do as a catcher. You run down there with the runner in case of that overthrow, just like that. So no damage with the overthrow. The runner stays at first. You can't give him an error there.
Yeah, nobody moved around. So Esposito at first with 2 outs, and Caleb Joy is the hitter for Pennsylvania with 2 outs. Top of the second. tied at 1. Laws from the stretch. Big lefty kicks and fires. That one's high. And counts 1-0. Here's the pitch. Strike outside corner. Count even at 1-1. There are 2 outs in the inning. Runner at first, Tanner Esposito. They are in the top half of the second. Big Jacob Laws on the mound. First start of the World Series. He does have 1 inning of work, and that one's high and outside. Again, Huckabee having to jump up for that one. He'll get his workout tonight.
Well, he's just missing outside. Huckabee doing a good job keeping the ball in front of him and catching that ball.
Swing and a miss.
That was a good pitch right there.
It evens the count at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 delivery from Laws. Swing and a miss on a high heater. Laws gets a strikeout to end the inning. But Pennsylvania gets 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. It'll be Laws, Huckabee, and Bailey coming up to the plate when we return to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and only on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee on a picture-perfect night for baseball. J.P. Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on Exports Radio Network and Exports TV, presented by Valentine Enterprises and First Tennessee Bank. We head to the bottom of the second, tie ball game. 1 run apiece. It'll be Laws, Huckabee, and Bailey in their first appearances at the plate tonight, facing Brandon Lohner. As if you're watching, you see a sweep of the crowd. It is standing room only at best.
Great shot right there.
Our guys are working so hard all week. And I greatly so appreciate it that they're working for free. Making sure they're still awake. Tie ball game. Big lefty Jacob Laws, the home run derby champion, back-to-back years, a 14 and 15-year-old World Series. Last 2 years, takes the first pitch from Lohner. It is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Stano's about to.
Short right field.
Yeah, he has. A lot of his hits have been to the right side of the field for the World Series. Get this, Stanley. He's hitting .800. He is 4 for 5. Not bad, huh?
No.
Not bad at all. Takes a strike there.
To show your own base?
Well, I can find it for you here, Stanley. I'm just... Yeah, I think we can get that. .857 on base percentage. Swing and a miss. Big cut. All-speed pitch there by Lohner. That was nasty. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, he's down 0-2 down behind in the count, but watch for him to protect the plate and go the other way with the pitch if he needs to.
In a hole is Huckabee. Here's the 0-2. Just missed outside. Holtz was set up out there.
Well, Huckabee being the catcher, he knows what the pitcher's going to do. Catchers are the smartest guys on the field. I just want you to know that.
I take it you were a former catcher, right?
Yeah.
The 1-2. Curveball, it's outside as well. Well, speaking as a catcher, then when you were at the plate, could you sense when the catcher shifted to go inside or outside? Could you feel that?
Well, that's been a long time ago, but yeah, from 40 years ago, yes. You sometimes you can sneak a peek back there.
Here's the 2-2. That's outside as well. And Huckabee's worked it back to a full count, 3-2. Lohner, 28 pitches. Already 11 have been strikes.
See if he comes with a breaking ball here or uses that fastball. We throw it high and tight here.
Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball. Popped him up. Caleb Joy at second. Only had to take about 4 steps for that out. And there are 2 gone. Now in the second. Bottom of the second, and it'll be Drew Bailey.
Mr. Hustle, Drew Bailey here.
First pitch to him is a strike. Bailey looking for his first hit of the World Series.
Looked like a changeup a little bit right there.
He is definitely due. 0-1 the count. He's gotten on base, though. Pitch is fouled away. He's in a hole 0-2. Brandon Lohner getting ahead of the hitters in this inning. So far, it's worked out for him. Here's the 0-2. Just missed outside. 1-2. Still no score. North Dakota and Massachusetts. That game in the second inning. There's a little chopper. Swing and bunt. Off the mound to his right is Lohner. Tough play. Makes it as stretching was Ethan Stryker. And 1-2-3 goes Lawrenceburg in the second. We played 2. We're tied at 1. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live from Lawrenceburg on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Local sports. This is WWLX Lawrenceburg, WDXE FM Loretto. Broadcast services of Prospect Communications.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. As new pitcher for the host team, as Drew Bailey will come in to spell Jacob Laws. And Stanley, we've seen this before. He plays for Summertown High School at the north end of the county. And time again, he's that long, middle of the game type of reliever that can basically just stop everything and hold things where they are. So he comes in here in the third. And first hitter he faces is the pitcher, Brandon Lohner. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. And Stanley, something you mentioned at the beginning of the game, that a lot of pitchers will probably be used because they don't want to overuse anybody. So we can only assume that is the reason Laws is taking a seat.
Yeah, Drew Bailey has started every game at third base. Kendall Franklin making the start tonight. Drew Bailey was the EH, so what happened was when they took him out, they just swapped him and Jacob Laws up.
So here's the 1-1. That is low. And Bailey about, what do you say, 5'5", maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
big heart, though.
160 pounds soaking wet.
Love the way he plays.
Yes, indeed. He's got a little pop to his pitch, though, as that one's fouled away, 2-2. So they go from the 6'7", 230 Jacob Laws to about the 5'5", 5'6", 150, 160 Drew Bailey. There's a contrast for you.
It is.
And there's a line drive, gets past Franklin in between third and short, and a leadoff single for Brandon Lohner here in the top of the third.
Just went the other way with it and just poked it into left field, right by Franklin at third base. Sam Newton wearing the Jackie Robinson 42.
So Newton, first plate appearance. The runner on first, nobody out. Creeping in at third is Franklin, expecting a sacrifice bunt. Bailey from the stretch. Here's the pitch. He's swinging away, laced it foul to the right side. 0-1 the count. That might back up Franklin a step or two. It's a big cut there by Newton.
He's small in stature, but swings a big bat.
One from Bailey. Now he squares around, pops it up, and Huckabee almost had it.
He's mad he didn't catch it.
He is such a competitor. 0-2 the count. Two 3-0 teams in the American Division here at Denver Trapp Field, Pennsylvania. And Lawrenceburg, winner, will get the number 1 seed and a bye into the semifinals Wednesday. Throw back over to first.
Ooh, that was close.
That was close.
Good move by Drew Bailey over there and a good tag by Ryan Weathers. He was just barely in there.
Yeah, I think Weathers thought he had him. Got an 0-2 count to Newton. Lohner, the runner at first, led off with a single. Nobody out. Top of the second, rather. That pitch is off Franklin now, and it hit off his glove. Took a little side hop. And so an error on the third baseman allows Newton to reach safely at first. Lohner moves up to second.
Drew Bailey got a pitch around this right here. Nobody out. Again, early in the game, we're in the top of the third inning. Lawrenceburg may give up the runner going over to third to try to get the double play, but they do have the force at third. But anything hit the middle of the field may go to second base first.
Weathers not holding the runner at first. He's creeping in on the grass, expecting a sacrifice. Here it comes, and it's towards the first base side. Bailey, one place to go, and that's Crane. Did he get there in time? He did.
Bailey had thoughts of going to third, and when he turned around, Sam Crane was hustling over to first base. And Bailey had to wait for him to get there a little bit, but they get the runner out.
So the sacrifice bunt is executed. 1-4 on the put out at first. Runners move up to second and third. Just one out here in the top of the third. The tie ball game. Two undefeated teams. The hitter, Owen Keys. First pitch, he squares around. Tried to get out of the way and fouls it away as it was a safety squeeze on there.
So Pennsylvania putting some plays in there. Trying to create a run here.
Just past 10 o'clock Central Time. Listen to JP Plant, Stanley Wilson on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. Live coverage of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Time asked for by Keys and granted as Huckabee and Bailey shuffling through the signs. Oftentimes you'll see that with the runner at second base. They try to throw him off and change him up a little bit. Here he has a sign. There's a ball driven into left field. Back goes Pope. Makes the catch. Tacking at third is Lohner. Here comes a throw. Cut off by Franklin. No, they get to him now. Franklin paused a little bit there as it was an awkward slide by Lohner, but it worked. And Pennsylvania has a 2-1 lead over the host team from Lawrenceburg.
Well, that could be credited to the field conditions right there because it slows down the runners a little bit. Lance Pope came in, went back on it, made a strong throw to the cutoff man, Kendall Franklin, at third base. And the relay was late.
So the hitter will be Hunter Webb. 2 outs now in the inning. Grounder to the right side of the infield. Crane up with it. Over to Weathers in time. Third out of the inning. But Pennsylvania gets a run. They take a lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom half of the third. It's the bottom of the order. Staggs, then the top of the order, and Hauser and Hallmark. They're coming up for Lawrenceburg from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series and the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
Join us every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6 for Exports Live, where locals go to talk sports. Pigskin Prognosticating 102 with Coach Lou returns this fall, along with extensive coverage of all 5 high schools in Lawrence and Giles counties. It's Exports Live every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6, only on the Exports Radio Network. Exports Live, where locals go to talk sports.
You know, that's very kind of you to give Coach Lou another job. He lost his job at ESPN.
I know.
So.
Well, I felt bad for the guy. You know, so we'll give it a try. So you'll be here
not
for
ready
Coach
to
Lou.
retire yet.
No, not yet. No, he's still going to hang around until South Bend, and the high priest at Notre Dame gives him a call. He's still waiting on that day to come again. We head to the bottom of the third. It will be Ben Staggs to lead it off. Then the top of the order, Staggs having a nice tournament, hitting .571, Stanley, with 5 RBIs.
Yeah, he's got some clutch hits here.
Yep, got 4 hits.
We had a little cheer there.
All right, picking it up a little bit. Getting the home crowd fired up. Ben Staggs, the 10th hitter in the lineup, facing Brandon Lohner. 2-1 Pennsylvania with the lead. First pitch to him is over for a strike. 0-1 the count. And Stanley, I apologize. I have stolen an inning from you.
Oh. Didn't even realize
We'll make it up. There's a swing and a miss. We normally go. I'll go 2. Stanley will go 3, and then I'll do the last 2. I just got such a groove with this crowd standing up.
Yeah, I got into it myself.
It's a lot of fun.
So Staggs up there. Here we go.
All right, take it away, Stanley.
0-2 pitch coming. Popped up in the infield. Second baseman calling for it, and he's under it, and he's got it. So 1 out there. Caleb Joy making the out, and that'll bring up the top of the order. Hauser steps up.
Number 9, Hauser, 1 out.
Still, I remind folks that our portable power at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series is made possible by friends at Rent Right in Lawrenceburg, located on Buffalo Road.
Ball outside.
Need that juice for our outfield camera on both fields. We're looking forward to tomorrow when we're going to combine our crews, Stanley. Going to have 4 cameras at least.
To reroute some wires.
Yep. May even put Ben Method on the field with his iPhone.
Ball outside. 2-0 now. Hauser walked his first time up, back to lead off the Tennessee host here, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
You're going to be in one of the dugouts for these championship round games.
Do I get a chair?
We'll see.
Strike called.
We'll get you one of those buckets we see the players sitting on.
Okay. 2-1 count, 1 out.
Just make sure you sit on the bottom side of it, one that's not open.
Yeah. Strike 2. Evens it up at 2-2. AJ, don't laugh at his jokes. They're not that funny. 2-1, Pennsylvania over Lawrenceburg. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lawrenceburg looking for their first hit. That one low, runs it full now, 3-2. So Lohner gets ready to throw a payoff pitch here. Playing Hauser straight away, maybe shaded to the left field and center just a little bit. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 2 out here. And that'll bring up Jacob Hallmark. Hollywood's got to get a 2-out rally going. First strikeout for Lohner tonight. If Hallmark can keep the inning going, Ryan Weathers will be the next batter. Hallmark's had a pretty good World Series. Ball outside.
Hitting .455, Stanley. Got 3 runs batted in. And talked about on-base percentage with Hauser. Pretty good for Hallmark, .538. So a little better than every other time he steps up. He's getting on.
There's Lohner's pitch. Hinton's in the dirt. So 2-0 now to Hallmark.
And Stanley, we've got, talking about folks watching all over the country. Daniel Warren, Lawrenceburg native, watching in Albuquerque.
Hello, Daniel.
How about that?
That one swung on and missed, strike 1.
And he tweeted that out at Exports Radio.
Glad to bring it to you.
Oh, yes.
Thanks to all of our sponsors. There's a strike. Evens it up at 2-2 now. Hallmark will be protected the plate with 2 strikes here.
And our buddy Gage Brown, who does some stats, I'll tell you in a moment.
That one's in the dirt. Makes it full, 3-2.
Gage has been working over the press box up here most of the series, keeping score, the official scorebook. Of course, is Director of Fellowship of Christian Athletes for our region and is in Murfreesboro for meetings tonight, but he says he's not letting the meeting stop him from watching and listening, paying attention. So
that one's outside, so ball 4. So Hallmark will go down to first base with 2 out, and Ryan Weathers coming up.
Lawrenceburg needs to take advantage right here, Stanley. You feel a little momentum. Even though there's 2 outs, Weathers such a competitor, and he's just chomping at the bit to get something going here. And he can take it to all parts of the field, too.
He sure can. Ground ball back up the middle. Esposito's got it. Flips to second for the out. So So Joy makes the out at second base, and that'll do it for Tennessee, for Lawrenceburg, I should say. I keep reading their Tennessee on there. Your score, 3-1, Pennsylvania up, 2-1. Somebody's playing with my scoreboard out there. Pennsylvania 2, Tennessee 1. You're listening to X Sports Radio Network and watching on X Sports TV. Back in a moment.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Your score, Pennsylvania leading Lawrenceburg, the host, 2-1 as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. And once again here with the call, Stanley G. Wilson.
All right, Drew Bailey back on the mound for Lawrenceburg. And Nolan Ott, who got a hit the first time up, is leading off here in the top of the fourth inning. 2-1, Pennsylvania up. Both teams undefeated in pool play. Bradley Huckabee going out talking to his pitcher. There were teammates on the Summertown team that made it all the way to the finals of the Class A state championship in the state of Tennessee.
That was a fun run. Got to play on the field where Middle Tennessee State University plays for that championship game.
There's a pop-up in the infield. Kendall Franklin at third, calling for it right at the bag, and he's got it for the first out. So a big out from a dangerous hitter as Ott pops up to third base. This field has taken a lot of rain, and usually you see fields with the dirt base paths, but fortunately it's all grass here. A lot of folks have never seen that before in a baseball field. But it would be a mess out there. Strike called to Striker. Oh, 1 pitch coming. Down low. Evens it up at 1-1 now. Williamsport, Pennsylvania, the West End Babe Ruth League. Ground ball towards second. Crane charges. He's up with it, throwing to first in time. So 2 out now. And that'll bring up Eric Holtz, the catcher.
Eric Holtz, 2 out.
Drew Bailey on the mound for Tennessee. Third year in a row that Lawrenceburg has made it to the World Series. Came in as a runner-up as 13-year-olds in Williston, North Dakota. Qualified to get down to the World Series in Ocala, Florida last year. Strike called. And they didn't make it as far as they did as 13-year-olds. Trying to win the championship here, but Pennsylvania's got other thoughts about that. 0-1 count. That one's in the dirt. Winner of this game will be the number 1 seed and will get a bye until Wednesday night. The loser will play Texas tomorrow night. That one's in the dirt. 2-1 now. Here's the wind in the pitch. Popped up. Ryan Weathers calling for it from first base, and he's got it. So 1-2-3 for Pennsylvania in their half of the fourth inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Your score, Pennsylvania 2, Lawrenceburg 1. You're listening to Exports Radio Network and watching Exports TV. Back in a moment.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit clawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And we're back at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant Stanley Wilson from our broadcast position, built by Parks Lumber. We're glad to be here with you for our first attempt, Stanley, this week at video streaming on the Exports Radio Network. We're just over a year old. And
we're rookies.
Video streaming. Yeah, we're
rookies. I am, at least, on this TV. You've been with the Charlotte hockey team and basketball teams.
Yeah, the Carolina Hurricanes and what used to be the Bobcats.
Yep.
They're the Hornets now. And
I'm just an old redneck from Alabama.
Well, everybody needs a redneck from Alabama once in a while.
Lance Pope will lead off here for Lawrenceburg. Yeah, we got the best-looking cheerleaders out there.
There you go. Those are part of the Summertown Dixie Youth Sweet Teas, as they were the 6 and under Stanley World Series champions.
There you go.
Down in Louisiana. How about that?
Warner still on the mound for Pennsylvania. He winds and he fires. First pitch to Pope is called a strike. 0-1. That one's in there for a strike. 0-2. Breaking ball. Oh, 2 pitch on its way outside, trying to make him chase it. 1-2 now. Lance Pope, the owner of the only home run over the fence on this field since it's been remodeled. Came in a practice game against Giles County a couple of weeks ago. That one's pulled foul.
Heads up left.
That's on the other field.
And it did make the other field over there. Tom Cruise Field.
Well, Stanley, we talked about having this Exports TV and being able to stream this live across the country. We got people from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, Fargo, North Dakota.
Well, just outside.
Rock Hill, North Carolina. Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Sorry, Stanley.
Nope, 2-2 now.
Even down in Houston. All over the place.
Popped up. He's going to stay in play. I don't think so. He's going to make the crowd right in front of us. And you heard the screams.
Well, there's so many people, Stanley. There's no room to scurry out of the way.
That was not AJ screaming. That was the girls in the crowd. And no, AJ, boy, they're not screaming for you. 2-2 count now. Nobody out. Bottom of the fourth. Lance Pope the batter. Here's the wind and the pitch. That was popped up. And that one may stay in play. Holt's going back and he can't make the play. That is a tough play for a catcher. He's disappointed he didn't make the catch, of course, but he gets a pat on the back from his third baseman. Owen Keys comes in. So Lance Pope gets another shot at it. Count remains 2-2. Ball outside. It's 3-2. Lance Pope got lost on the count, so he's going to have to come back.
You reckon his granddad may mention something to him about that?
He may. Ronnie Allen?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's here tonight or not.
He's here. He's just not where he was sitting the other night. He wouldn't miss this.
No. There's a shot toward left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. For Lance Pope, he didn't need to walk to get on. He stroked a single. I think that is the first hit for us, isn't it?
It is. And you hear the crowd. They're into it now. A couple of balls into the stands.
Yeah,
kind of woke them up. And I tell you, how incredible must this feel for these kids to play in front of a crowd like this?
I know. It'll be 15. Here comes Sam Crane up. Third baseman Keys coming in on the grass. We're expecting the bunt. Throw over to first, back in time. Of course, Stryker's holding them on over there. Lohner throws back over. Lance in there, head first. Crane looks down to manager David Weathers at third base. His dad, Michael Crane, at first base coaching. Lohner working from the stretch. Winds and he fires. Strike called, outside corner. See what Weathers puts on here. Sam Crane good with the bat. Maybe a hit and run here. It is a hit and run. Ball's in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Holtz. Pope's going to turn to second. Go down to third. Here's the throw. And he's in there as the third baseman dropped the ball. So good hustle by Lance Pope. Getting helped up by David Weathers. So nobody out and a runner now at third, 90 feet away for Sam Crane. 1-1 count on him. Eric Holtz will be glad when this inning's over. He missed a pop-up, gave another out to Pope, who stroked a single. Now he's around to third on a wild pitch that got away from Holtz. And he went 2 bases instead of 1. But Pope standing at third. Crane at the plate. Lohner looks in, gets a sign, a wild pitch. Swung on, fly ball toward right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Sam Crane drives in Lance Pope, and that ties it up at 2-2 now.
Well, we talked about it, Stanley, how clutch Sam Crane and so many of these hitters. And, you know, we've noticed the difference from a year ago at the World Series in Ocala, how much more disciplined they are at the plate, how much more disciplined they are on the base pads, and still being aggressive. And what a difference a year makes.
It's going to get some action in the Pennsylvania bullpen. It looks like Tyler Mankey will go down and warm up. So 2-2 now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Lawrenceburg's tied it up. There's Kendall Franklin, bunts it right back to the pitcher. Going to go to second for the out there. And Franklin will be safe at first with no throw. So the sacrifice didn't work. Hit it too hard back to the pitcher, and Lohner made a good play to turn and throw to second for the force out on Crane.
Now batting the extra hitter.
Bailey Burleson. He's going to come in and hit for Jacob Laws. So Kendall Franklin replaces Sam Crane at first base. 1 out now. Swung on a miss, strike one from Burleson. Kendall Franklin, a Loretta product. Bailey Burleson, a Summertown product. But tonight they're teammates.
In their hated rival, Lawrenceburg.
Yeah. Strike call, runner going, throw down to second, and it's in time. So Franklin thrown out, trying to steal second. That'll be 2 out now. Burleson's got a count of 0-2 on him. Don't know if that was a hit and run or if that was a missed sign or what.
Yeah, it was maybe a little bit later start than if it was a normal steal.
Ball outside. Burleson didn't go after it. 1-2 now.
Of course, we talked about it with all the rain. The dirt and the turf is going to be a little slower than normal.
One-two pitch on its way. In the dirt. Ball 2 evens it up now. 2-2. 2 out. 2s are wild. It's 2-2 ball game. Lohner looks in, gets the sign. He winds it. He fires. Foul tipped right in the catcher's mitt, and that'll do it. But Lawrenceburg ties it up with a run. Your score after 4 innings. Pennsylvania 2, Lawrenceburg 2. You're listening to X Sports Radio and watching X Sports TV. Back in a moment.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. His scoring update from Tom Cruise Field. They are just finished the 4th, heading the top of the 5th. Massachusetts from Pittsfield leading Fargo, North Dakota now 6-0. And let's take a look more at our State Farm Tournament recap, Stanley.
Yeah, the National Division has got set now. California is in first, Texas second, and Sarasota third. And the American Division playing right now. This tournament recap brought to you by State Farm agent Brad Nilsson. For all your auto, home, or life insurance needs, call Brad Nilsson at 931-762-8181. We're waiting on the third base coach to take his spot, and he's ready to go now. Leading off is Tanner Esposito, the shortstop. First pitch to him is ball inside from Drew Bailey, 1-0.
Well, Bailey starting his 3rd inning of work, Stanley. He's only thrown 22 pitches.
Ball high. 2-0 now. Jacob Laws threw the first 2 innings for Lawrenceburg, gave up 1 run. That one's a ball away. Runs the count 3-0 now. Esposito steps out, looks down to third base. He's ready to get back in there. That one way over his head, ball 4. Well, Drew Bailey trying to find the strike zone. Gives up a 4-pitch walk. So Pennsylvania's got their leadoff hitter on here. So Esposito gets the lead at first. Drew Bailey working from the stretch. They'll be facing Caleb Joy. Throw over to first. Close, but not in time. Two to 2 ball game here. Throw back over there, not in time. Esposito standing up. Bailey winds, throws the plate. They're going to bunt it, and he bunts it foul. Caleb Joy trying to get it out in front and get the sacrifice hit. Oh, 1 count. Back to first. Joy, the batter. Franklin coming in from third. He goes squares around the bunt, bunts it right back up to Bailey. Bailey going to go to first with it. Out in time. As Crane covers from second base. So Joy does his job by moving the runner over to second with the 1 out now. Going to bring up Brendan Lohner, the pitcher. Left-handed batter.
Stanley, he singled back in the 3rd inning and scored.
Throw back. Hallmark not covering, but he threw it to Hallmark.
The batter is number 4, Brandon Lohner.
Timeout as they do some groundskeeping at second base. The umpire trying to get all the, I would call it dirt, but it's more like mud.
And Stanley, we got some more locals, if you will, watching from outside of Lawrenceburg. Angie Ward Sanders at Rowdy Racer 2 watching with her mom from St. Louis, Missouri.
Show me state.
Show me state.
Bailey looks back to second. Hallmark going over to cover. Now Bailey's going to step off. Recompose himself. Lohner steps back in. Bailey gets his sign. He's ready. Ball outside. One 0 count, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Popped up out of play. Tie ball game here, 2-all. Top of the 5th inning. That one misses outside. 2-1 now. Here's the wind in the pitch. In the dirt, nice stop by Huckable behind the plate. They want to check the third base umpire for a swing, and he says nope, didn't go, so it's 3-1 now. Runner at second. Got on by a walk and was moved over by a sacrifice fly. Three-1 count. Strike in there, nice pitch. Curveball started outside, broke right over the plate.
Well, I tell you, had a lot of movement on that one. It's one thing you can get on these humid nights is you might be able to get a little extra bite some of those curveballs.
Wind's died down now.
Oh, yes, it has.
Full count here. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounder towards short. Hallmark up with it. Throw over to first in time. But Esposito makes his way over to third. And that was a slow grounder, and he broke as soon as the bat was swung. So he's 90 feet away, and that'll bring up Sam Newton, the left fielder.
Batter is the left fielder, number 32, Sam Newton, 2 outs.
So Bailey trying to pitch around the leadoff walk. That one's fouled down the right field line, out of play. Look out. Boom. Oh, and 1 count, 2 out. Ground ball towards second. Crane up with it, throwing to first in time. So Drew Bailey walks the leadoff hitter, but they fail to score. Your score remained, well, Pennsylvania 2, Lawrenceburg 2. You're listening to Exports Radio and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
And we're back in Lawrenceburg as another rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game got the crowd on their feet. Master of Ceremonies Paul Plant. He's a master of something. Not quite sure what yet. You see him there in the
Who gave him a microphone?
Salmon color shirt. Yeah, he hadn't relinquished it since he got it on day one. All right, 2-2 your score. Pennsylvania and the host team from Lawrenceburg. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you. And
he's ready for Christmas pops to start now.
He is in full swing right now. West End, Pennsylvania, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 3 runners left on base. They've got a run in the second and 1 in the third. Lawrenceburg, 2 runs and 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. Their runs came in the first and the fourth. And this game summary brought to you by the Summit at Home, helping individuals live independently at home.
So Bradley Huckabee will lead off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tie ball game. Got a good one going on here, folks. I believe that's Loner still back out there. For the boys from Williamsport, Babe Ruth, West End Babe Ruth. Loner winds and fires. Strike called. Fans getting on the umpire. That's what fans are for, isn't it?
That's right. Fanatics.
Yes.
Short for.
Ball high. How many pitches Mr. Loner have now?
67, Stanley.
He's on good pace. We watched a kid last night go 149 pitches. Foul back. Look out. Might have made the Lions ice cream stand behind us.
Lions Club, yep. Doing some ice cream. You know what kind of flavors they got over there, Stanley?
Bunch of them. I looked in there. And,
yeah, have you had some in it?
No, I'm trying to get my girlish figure back.
You know, since you're a member of the Lions Club, I'm a member of the Kiwanis Club. I'll tell you after this pitch.
That one foul tipped at the plate. I told them I couldn't help them this year. Or not this year, but this. I usually help them at the state fair.
But you see, I've got them. We've got food up here from the Kiwanis concession stand. I haven't seen any ice cream up here from the Lions Club.
I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
I see where
Stanley.
you're going. That one's outside. If you missed tonight's game, we've got the elimination rounds to go. You'll have another chance to get here. Lawrence County trying to get that bye with a win tonight. They will not play until Wednesday night. If they lose, they play tomorrow night. Here's the wind in the pitch. Ball outside. 3-2 now, full count on Bradley Huckabee, the catcher for Lawrenceburg. Huckabee back in there. Loner looks in. Payoff pitch coming. Popped up out of play to the right side. Little change up there. AJ, you want some ice cream? Didn't take him long to answer.
No, not at all. You'll become real popular again, Stanley, if you make that happen.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brandon Lohner with another strikeout. His 3rd of the night. Brings up Drew Bailey. Started as the extra hitter, now the pitcher for Lawrenceburg. First pitch to him, curveball, misses just inside. 1-0. One 1-0 pitch on its way. That one's in the dirt. 2-0 now to Bailey. Ben Staggs on deck. Bailey trying to get on. 2-0 count on him, 1 out here. Foul straight back at us. The net catches that one. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 5th inning. Winner of this game will be the first place seed for the American division. That one's popped up. First base. And he's got it. That's Stryker. So 2 out, and Ben Staggs will come up. Pretty well pitched ball game from both sides.
Yes, it has been. Well, you expected a pretty even kill game. As both teams coming in with 3-0 records. Lawrenceburg, a little bit bigger run differential.
Staggs comes up. He's 0 for 1. Curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ball low. Evens it up at 1-1 now. Both teams undefeated in the World Series, 3-0 apiece. Strike called. Just caught the corner. 1-2 now. Foul tip right in the mitt. And that'll do it for Lawrenceburg in their half of the 5th. 3 up, 3 down. Your score remain Pennsylvania 2, Lawrenceburg 2. You're listening to Exports Radio and Exports TV. Back in a moment.
They say time is money. And if your life is any indication, they sure are right. That's why First Tennessee offers convenient online and mobile tools so you can bank whenever and wherever you like. The kind of time-saving services our neighbors in Middle Tennessee are looking for. Because there's always another game, coffee, meeting, dinner, project, weekend, errand, concert, date you need to get to. First Tennessee, serving the state for over 150 years.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
And we welcome you back to Lawrenceburg in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you as we are live inside our Parks Lumber broadcast position. We'll say hello and welcome you in.
Hello.
Get a look at our lovely mugs today, but we're glad to bring this to you. Tie ball game 2-2, Stanley, as we expected this coming in as both teams 3-0. And for first place in the American Division, the winner will get the first bye into the semifinals. Top of the order for Pennsylvania, and Cody Shemp, and he takes a ball just on the inside corner, just outside the inside corner. 1-0 the count. Drew Bailey on the mound. He's been there since the third inning. That one's outside 2-0. Only 35 pitches. He's been pretty efficient, Stanley.
Yes, it has.
There's a strike. To some sarcastic cheers from the locals. There are a lot of locals here. There's a grounder just off the glove of Bailey, but Hallmark there behind second. On to Weathers in time. Nice play, Jacob Hollywood, Hallmark.
Good play there by Jacob. Drew Bailey took a stab at it, went right by his glove into where Hallmark was, and he made the throw over to first.
And Stanley, you know,
we're getting reaction from our
yeah,
mugshot.
Yeah, I mean, even from our buddy Ray Queen, his quote via the text from Montana, Stanley, the video that killed the radio stars.
Thank you, Ray.
And from our buddy Gage Brown, I even took a nice picture. GQ models, you betcha.
Yeah, right. Gage knows what the G in my name stands for, right?
That's right.
Good looking.
G for good looking.
I do want to wish my mother a happy birthday. Is
it your mother's birthday?
Not till Thursday,
okay.
But I won't be in the booth.
There's a grounder from Owen Keys. Hallmark, a tough play. Not in time as
bang,
a slow
bang.
roller had to come a long way to get that one.
Bang, bang.
So an infield single for Owen Keys with one out here in the sixth. This game is moving along, Stanley.
My mother will be 90.
90, Stanley. Wow. Surprised she survived that long putting up with you.
Well, she's had to put up with my father for 69 years. They've been married.
All right. So Ryan Weathers checks out. Who's in there at first?
It's going to be Bailey
Burleson, all right. That usually will mean, yep, there goes Ryan. He's going to trot down to the bullpen. Weathers pitched Thursday night, opening night of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Went 6 innings, only gave up 1 hit. Stellar performance for Ryan Weathers, so he's going to go get warmed up. It's Burleson now in his 4th inning of work. And throws a strike to Hunter Webb, the batter for Pennsylvania. Over in Tom Cruise Field, Massachusetts, hanging on with a 6-0 lead. That game in the 6th inning, I believe. Here's a pitch from Burr. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Burson took it right past him. Runner at first is Keys, 1 out. Top of the 6th, tie game at 2 apiece. Pennsylvania and Lawrenceburg as the grounder fouled. Close to the third base dugout where Pennsylvania resides.
Shane Clark saying he saw our ugly mugs online.
Oh, boy. I got a feeling that's not all he said. Pitch is high for a ball. Was that the PG version of what he said?
Yep.
Okay.
The leader, one of our leaders of youth.
Yes. 1 and 2, 1 out in the inning. Bailey. And just miss. Count even at 2 and 2. Bailey Burleson has checked in for Ryan Weathers at first, so Weathers can go to the bullpen, and he is warming up as we speak. There's no activity in the Pennsylvania bullpen as Lohner has thrown 81 pitches, gone the distance so far. Swing and a miss, and Drew Bailey gets Hunter Webb for the 2nd out of the inning. Got him fishing.
Nice play, nice pitch by Drew Bailey, I should say. Good play by Hucker behind the plate, too. So 2 out now with the runner still at first.
There's a strike outside corner from Drew Bailey.
Maybe Drew saw Ryan Withers going to warm up, and he started rearing back and throwing that ball.
Go. Oh, they got him picked off. Got him picked off. Burleson in a rundown. Now to Hallmark. Heading back towards first. Now to Drew Bailey. Now to Crane. He drops it. Now to the catcher in Huckabee. Now to Crane, who tags him out to end the inning. And the fans from Lawrenceburg are on their feet. As Lawrenceburg and Drew Bailey gets out of the inning, we head to the bottom of the 6th. We're still tied at 2. Pennsylvania and Lawrenceburg undefeated for first place in the American Division. This is the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, only on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Let's get some scores right here.
And welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. What a finish of that last half inning, Stanley. That pickoff went 1, 3, 6, 2, 4, and of course ended with Sam Crane colliding with somebody to end the inning as they picked off the runner.
Well, in Babe Ruth's spirit, he tried to help him up.
Yes, he did. I didn't notice that.
That was unintentional bump.
Yes. So we head to the bottom of the 6th, top of the order for the host team from Lawrenceburg. The crowd is awake. It'll be Coulter Hauser. Followed by Jacob Hallmark, then Ryan Weathers. Facing, still. No, we got a new pitcher. Snuck a new pitcher in on us, Stanley. All the excitement.
Tight ball game here.
Yeah, it was. The first pitch was a strike. Squared around to bunt. Tyler Mankey.
Yeah, he was warming up at the bullpen. They got somebody else down there right now, too, so.
All right, there you go.
Both teams going to use more than one pitcher tonight.
0-2 count to Hauser's inside for a ball. 2-1.
Kind of a quarter arm, sidearm move right there.
Yeah, it is. Here's the 1-2. Foul tipped it. Just got a piece of that one.
Again, 3/4 of a move. Not throwing from over the top.
One and two the count. So the leadoff hitter for Lawrenceburg, Coulter Hauser. He is 0 for 1 today. Fouled it away.
Hauser trying to protect the plate right here with 2 strikes. If it's going to be close, he's going to be swinging at it.
Nobody on, nobody out. Swing and a miss as Mankey gets Hauser with a strikeout. For Pennsylvania, only the fifth strikeout of the ball game to Lawrenceburg hitters. The batter will be Jacob Hallmark. 0 for 1 officially today with a fly out and a walk. That fly was a deep, though, drive to right center. Nobody on and one out here in the top of the 6th. There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Ryan Weathers is on deck for Lawrenceburg. Hitting from the 3-hole as he normally does. Here's the 0-1. The Hallmark strike. Falls out of the catcher's mitt of Holtz. A little deceiving. I think it was across there, even though it fell out.
Yeah, he got that delivery coming across his body a little bit. The fans thought that was not a ball because it popped out of the catcher's mitt. That doesn't mean anything. It's where it goes over the plate, of course.
There's a grounder up the middle. Esposito behind second. Fires it over to first in time, and 2 outs here quickly in the 6th. Good looking ball player there at short in Esposito.
Yeah, he is. He's smooth.
So Ryan, for the second consecutive inning, steps up, or second consecutive time, will step up with 2 outs. He is 0 for 2 today. He's shown an error and a fielder's choice. So he is due. First pitch to him just misses inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Still a packed house at Denver Trap Field as this game is for the American Division number 1 seed. That one's high and outside for a ball. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Right back up the middle. Off of Mankey. And charging in, trying to make a play was Keys. And Mankey, boy, I tell you what, I'm not sure exactly where that hit him.
I'm not either.
His arm, I think. But
yeah,
Shimp's going to come out, the manager. But Ryan Weathers just tattooed that one.
Right back up the middle. Hit his right upper arm.
It's his right arm they're looking at.
His pitching arm.
Which is his pitching arm, that's right. Shimp's the manager, he's smiling at him and laughing, so I think just maybe a Charlie horse.
They're going to give him a couple of warm-up tosses.
Yep. He'll probably have an imprint, maybe that Babe Ruth World Series logo from the baseball tomorrow morning. Black and blue, but he's going to try to throw. Looked okay on that one. He's like, okay, I'm good.
He just took one. He's ready to go.
That's good to see. Good to see. Mankey is okay.
I think feel that later on.
Oh, yes. Well, the adrenaline's going right now.
Yep.
But
it wakes up in the morning and
yes.
they really feel it.
Not sure who his host parent is, but I hope they have ice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, so runner at first is Weathers. 2 outs, though, and Lance Pope. 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Wait on that one, lifted into right field. Going back is Shemp, and he has a beat on it for the 3rd out of the inning. Pope gave it a ride, but right to Shemp and right, so 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We have played 6 innings. We're still tied up. It's 2 apiece. Pennsylvania and Lawrenceburg on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV. We'll be back after this.
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it for the nature. See it for the culture. See it for the history. See it for the recreation. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
And welcome back to the Babe Ruth World Series. Pennsylvania and the host team from Lawrenceburg as a pitching change for the host team. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Farm Bureau of Tennessee, Lawrence, and Giles counties. Call Farm Bureau today and get your insurance checkup. It will be Ryan Weathers on the mound. And
Drew Bailey, he'll go to third base.
Okay. And Kendall Franklin is in left. Any other changes?
Well, Pope will be the EH now.
Okay. All right.
Or the EP, not the DH.
There you go. All right, up for the boys from West End Babe Ruth League in Pennsylvania, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It'll be Nolan Ott, Ethan Stryker, and Eric Holtz, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. And Ott, the only player, we think, Stanley, to hit a home run in this Babe Ruth World Series. Did it on Tom Cruise Field yesterday.
Well, we've caught him leading off the inning, so
yeah,
that's the good part about it.
All right, so I think the umpire has relayed all the changes up to the press box.
Yep, he's got a single and a ground out, or a fly out, rather. Popped up.
Number 30, Nolan Ott.
This is a lot of fun, Stanley.
Oh, man, this is what we've been waiting for.
All right. Top of the 7th, tie ball game. Ryan Weathers on the mound. First pitch in the dirt for a ball. Shake that one off and get ready. Power versus power right here. 2 outstanding young baseball players. Strike.
How'd you like to face that, AJ?
That is tough to hit. The 1-1 coming. And just missed inside. 2-1 the count. Stanley, we've heard of scouts making a couple of appearances during this tournament. 3-1 the count. Top of the 7th, tie ball game, Pennsylvania and Lawrenceburg. There's a strike at the letters. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled away. So another payoff pitch coming to Nolan Ott. Here's Weathers. Fires. Driven into right field. It's going to fading foul. Got some good wood on that one, did I, but it's just foul.
Yeah, sliced it down the right field line.
Good battle going on here. The 3-2 from Ryan Weathers to Ott. And it's low. Ott draws the leadoff walk. And Ryan Weathers wants another ball. That'll bring up Ethan Stryker.
So again, Pennsylvania gets their leadoff hitter wrong. We've been able to pitch around it. Weathers have to do it here. Top of the 7th inning, JP. Getting late. It is late.
12 after 11 right now. And his first pitch to Stryker coming. Strike on the outside corner. First game tonight didn't get started until about 6:40, 6:50. Originally scheduled to start at 5:30 here on Denver Trav. They got it picked off. Did he get him? No. He was leaning, was Ott. But he was able to lean back. He did not have a huge lead. Weathers does have a very good pickoff move.
Yep.
You know, only a 2-step lead for Ott there. Weathers comes to the plate. Oh, pretty curveball.
Oh, my goodness.
0-2 the count.
You're sitting on the fastball, then he throws that to you. Breaks it right over the plate.
And time asked for by the hitter Stryker, granted. Oh, 0-2 the count. Inside. Count is 1-2. Ryan Weathers, of course, the son of manager David Weathers. 19-year Major League Baseball career. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Weathers gets a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
He reared back and fired that one past him.
And we got a pitch hitter. And that is Ryan Jolin. First plate appearance tonight. Throw back over to first. Ott is back. Weathers comes to the plate. That one's high for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 coming. Fouled away. 1-1. Now, Lepley chatting with the home plate umpire. Lepley, the third base coach for Pennsylvania. All right, 1-1 the count. One out, runner at first is Ott. Here's the pitch from Weathers. Curveball again. Huckabee going back to first. And nearly got Ott again. Huckabee threw it right to Bailey Burleson. Did a sweep tag from behind. 1-2 the count now to Jolin. One out here, top of the 7th, tie game. Swing and a miss, curveball again, and Weathers gets the first 2 outs.
Good
swinging.
Pitching. Good pitching right there. Set him up for that curveball. Just swung over the top of it. Here comes a dangerous hitter in Esposito now.
Yes, indeed. That pitch is low for a ball. Home fans not too happy with that one. 1-0 the count. There are 2 outs in the inning. Runner first is Ott. Weathers comes to the plate. Popped him up. It's going to be out of play over ahead towards the concession stand. Just don't hit the smoker where Carl Counts is. And keep that thing going.
Yeah, we missed out on the smoked bologna last night.
We got 3 more days.
Did he have the brisket yet?
I don't think he's got the brisket yet, unless it popped up tonight.
Well, we missed that one too.
Here's the 1-1 fouled away.
Huckabee kind of shook up on that one.
Yeah, he did. Well, he walks it off a little bit. Look at what's coming up tomorrow. Elimination round will begin. It will be the American third-place team versus the National Division second-place team right here at Denver Trap Field.
Yeah, Texas will play the loser of this game,
Okay.
JP.
All right. So Texas is the American. Texas is the national second-place team. Is that right?
National,
Okay.
exactly.
So the loser of this one goes to third. Is that right?
Huckabee's going to come over. Something might have got in his eye. That's what they're going to flush his eye out.
Also want to remind you that you can watch and listen to every game of the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee by visiting xsportsradio.com, the X Sports Radio Network, and X Sports TV, where the Babe Ruth World Series comes to life and available only at xsportsradio.com.
David Weathers flushing it out. He's ready to go now. Must have got some dirt in his eye.
The count is 1-2 on Tanner Esposito. There's a heater from Weathers low. Count even now at 2-2. So Esposito's got a hole in left center as the outfield playing to push the ball. And he slaps that one foul. Two's on the board. Here's the pitch. Strike three. Got him with the hook looking. Ryan Weathers strikes out the side, and the home team can take it home with a run in the bottom of the 7th. We'll have it for you when we return. It will be Sam Crane, Kendall Franklin, and Bailey Burleson. The bottom of the 7th, live from the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, only on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV.
Whether you're an all-star athlete or a weekend warrior, don't let pain keep you out of the game. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, our orthopedic, spine, and sports medicine experts care for athletes and average folks alike. We're your hometown orthopedics and sports medicine team. Orthopedic excellence has a new name, Southern Tennessee Orthopedic and Spine Centers, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Winchester.
Why do people all over the Tennessee Valley love Story and Lee furniture?
I haven't found anything in the whole Tennessee Valley that's the size of Story and Lee.
We know when we come into Story and Lee, we're going to get good quality furniture. We know we're going to get a great price.
With over 144,000 square feet of furniture to choose from, it's the largest furniture store in the Tennessee Valley.
When we go look other places, we always wind up back here for a better buy.
You gotta come see Story and Lee.
Story and Lee Furniture in Leoma, Tennessee.
And we're back in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you on the X Sports Radio Network and X Sports TV, presented in part by Valentine Enterprises and First Tennessee Bank. We were hoping for a thriller, and Stanley, we've got it.
We sure do. Got a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, it does Lawrenceburg, the host team, tied at 2. Sam Crane first up. Curveball over for a strike. 0-1. New catcher for Pennsylvania is Nolan Ott. Here's the 0-1 to Crane. He took that one high for a ball.
Yeah, he laid off for that one.
The 1-1. Laced over the head of the first baseman, Stryker, and Crane leads off the bottom of the 7th with a single, much to the liking of the hometown crowd.
Well, you only need one run here, so let's see what they can do with the leadoff hitter on. They're going to take him out.
I was going to say, I bet we see a courtesy runner, pinch runner there. And that will be, is that Jacob James out there?
Jacob James is going to come in and pinch run for Sam Crane.
All right, so runner at first now is Jacob James after the Crane single. Kendall Franklin is the batter.
Let's see what Lawrenceburg has here.
Franklin certainly can lay down a bunt. Let's see if they sacrifice. Keys at third is expecting it. He's 5 steps in on the grass. There it is, squaring around, pushes it to the front, to the right side. Excuse me, just foul.
Yep, trying to push bunt it down the first base line, just went foul.
Sam Crane is number 10, Jacob James.
So high drama in Lawrenceburg at the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series, and really Stanley for the first time on this field. We get a close game. It's the last one in pool play.
Yeah.
0-1 coming. Steps off, does Mankey. Little light toss over.
Yeah, that's a lollipop.
Let's see if he might catch James leaving a little early. Stryker is holding James on now. He throws over there, quick toss.
A lot closer.
Yeah, so obviously a setup with the toss over the first time. Keys still in on the grass at third for Pennsylvania. 2-2 game, bottom of the 7th. He squared around, now going back to first. He is safe. Just got back. Pitch was outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Well, you can feel the tension.
This is what baseball's all about right here, though. Cat and mouse game going on.
1-1, squaring around for the sacrifice. It is high and outside.
New catcher Odd out there. He threw it down there to first base. Pitch before. He's not afraid to show his arm.
2-1 your count. Runner at first, James in for Sam Crane to let off the inning with a single. Nobody out. Kendall Franklin faces a 2-1. He squares it around, pushes it, and it is fair. It's going to stay fair, and he's going to get a base hit. James thought about going to third, but he stays at second, so the sacrifice turns into a bunt single for Kendall Franklin, and the first 2 runners are on in the bottom of the 7th and nobody out. And now
James, they wanted him to go on. He didn't realize that the ball had been dropped. All Jacob wanted to do was get down to second base.
I'm okay with that.
So now they're going to have a powwow. James is going to come over and talk to David Weathers at third base, and Bailey Burleson is due up. Is that correct?
It is Bailey Burleson, yes. And we get some baseballs, and I'll remind you that you can watch every game, and of course, they're going to be up on our website and YouTube channel throughout the duration of the World Series, and shortly after that, we will pull those down. We got DVDs of every game we'll make available to you. You can get them here at the ballpark or make them available online for those that aren't able to make it here.
Bailey Burleson can handle the bat. He's got some power. The wind's died down right now.
Yeah, Bailey, the only Lawrenceburg player to hit a home run at the Southeast Regional as a 14-year-old. The corners are in for Pennsylvania. He squares around. He lays it down. Going to try to go to third. Overthrows it. and Jacob James is going to come in for the winning run. And the host team from Lawrenceburg goes 4-0 in pool play and takes the #1 seed.
Bailey Burleson getting all the big hugs right now. Bunted the ball back to the pitcher. The pitcher wheeled and turned to third base, threw it high down the left field line. That gave Jacob James the chance to come on home for the win. So Lawrenceburg wins this one. They'll be the #1 seed in the American division now, going 4-0. A very talented squad and a well-coached squad. Pennsylvania, they go to 3-1.
Wow, what a game. What a game. We had hoped to get some excitement tonight, and we certainly did. Lawrenceburg, the host team, a 3-2 winner over West End, Pennsylvania, out of Williamsport. Two outstanding baseball teams. All right, we're going to catch. Okay, let's go one more minute after this. One more minute.
Why'd they do that?
There are many reasons to see Lawrence County, Tennessee. See it live. Lawrence County, Tennessee. Simple pleasures, natural treasures. For more information on Lawrence County tourism, visit sealawco.com or contact the Lawrence County Chamber of Commerce.
Develop a strong, clean, healthy body, mind, and soul. Develop a strong urge for sportsmanlike conduct. Develop understanding of and respect for the rules. Develop courage in defeat, tolerance and modesty in victory. Develop control over emotions and speech. Develop into real, true citizens.
At the Babe Ruth League, we are not only developing the next generation of ball players, we are developing the next generation.
Main Street Lawrenceburg is proud to support the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Downtown is in the midst of an incredible revitalization led by Daryl Valentine and the Main Street Board in an effort to make downtown the heartbeat of the city. Come join us downtown where you'll find many shops and restaurants for folks of all ages, streets full of history, and much more. Visit MainStreetLawrenceburgTN.com. On behalf of Daryl Valentine and myself, April Judkins, Main Street Lawrenceburg Director, we hope to see you downtown.
Welcome back to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series and our post-game show. JP Plant, Stanley Wilson here with you as an exciting game here tonight between the host team from Lawrenceburg and Pennsylvania and Mid-Atlantic champions from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, as they are now awarding the Ron Tellefson Player of the Game for both teams. And Mr. Tellefson, Ron's son, is actually here, the president of Babe Ruth Baseball, to hand out the Ron Tellefson Award. It's fantastic. We were hoping he was going to be able to make it to the World Series, as we had the Vice President and Commissioner Robert Flaherty earlier in the week. He saw a bunch of rain and had to move on to another tournament. So we will get to our players of the game and save of the game. All that coming up here on the post-game show. Here on the Exports Radio Network and Exports TV. All right, while we get to some of these particulars, we'll take a look at your Vision Center final look at the stats, and we'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard from Pennsylvania. Cody Shemp went 0 for 2 tonight, 1 for 2 for Owen Keys. Hunter Webb 0 for 3. Nolan Ott 1 for 2 in his 3 plate appearances. Ethan Stryker went 1 for 3. Eric Holtz 0 for 2. 0 for 2 for Tanner Esposito, 0 for 2 for Caleb Joy. Brandon Lohner, who started on the mound, 1 for 2. 0 for 2 for Sam Newton, and 0 for 1 for Ryan Jolin, as they had 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. They had 4 runners left on base. Their runs came in the second and the third. Single runs there for Pennsylvania. For the host team from Lawrenceburg, Coulter Hauser, 0 for 2, but did score a run. 0 for 2 for Jacob Hallmark. 1 for 3 for Ryan Weathers. Lance Pope went 1 for 2. Scored a run. 2 for 3 for Sam Crane. He was named the Ron Tellefson player of the game for the Lawrenceburg team. He had an RBI as well. Kendall Franklin, 1 for 2. 0 for 1 for Jacob Laws. Bradley Huckaba, 0 for 2, as was Drew Bailey, Ben Staggs, and Bailey Burleson for the team from Lawrenceburg, as they score 3 runs on 5 hits. They have 1 error and 6 runners left on base. Their runs came in the single variety in the first, the fourth, and of course the bottom of the 7th. The starting pitcher, or the winning pitcher for Lawrenceburg, is going to be Ryan Weathers, who came into the game in the 7th, struck out the side. So he faced 4 hitters, no hits, and no runs, struck out 3 and walked out 1. Ryan Weathers gets the win for the host team from Lawrenceburg. So Stanley, that's a look at your Vision Center final look at the stats. And
yep, I think we got the brackets now set. We wasn't
all right.
Some question there, but the head-to-head.
All right, we'll get to that in actually just a moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Casino Real play of the game. Well, I think it's safe to say that last play, Bailey Burleson with the bunt.
The bunt.
And Jacob James.
Jacob James coming in on the air with a missed throw down the left field line. And we will count that as our Casino Real play of the game, brought to you by Casino Real, the home of authentic Mexican taste.
All right, and I'll do the You Save Car and Truck save of the game, brought to you by You Save Car and Truck Rental, where you always have a choice. You Save Car and Truck Rental, the official rental car company of the Exports Radio Network and the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. And I think the save of the game goes to the young gentleman who won the game, and that's Ryan Weathers. Came in the 7th inning, struck out the side, got a little juice, got the momentum, I think, for the host team as they went to the dugout to come out in the bottom of the inning. And then finally, Stanley, our player of the game. Who are you going with?
Well, it could be I'm going to go with Bailey Burleson. He had to execute the bunt, and he got it down there at the right time. I know we got the help from the air, but I'm going to get with Bailey Burleson.
All right, so congratulations.
Or it could be, let me back up too. It could be Drew Bailey. He came in and pitched fine.
That's right.
Fine job in relief. So
he could have had the save of the game too. And we talked about it. That's what he does.
Exactly right. He eats up those innings. A good performance from Drew Bailey.
All right, so congratulations.
But in that type of situation, that was a lot of pressure on Burleson to get that bunt down.
Yes, it was indeed. And so as we take a look at our tournament recap, Stanley, the elimination round, the championship brackets, they're set now. So what are we looking at as we move into tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday?
Okay, Lawrenceburg will be off tomorrow. That's right. They are the first place team, so they get a bye along with California. They will be off also. The first game tomorrow night here on Denver Trap Field, there will be no more games on Tom Cruise Field. All the games will be played on Denver Trap Field now. New England, the third-place team out of the American, will face Sarasota, the second-place team. Texas at 5:30. Following that game, Texas, the third-place team, will play Pennsylvania. So, again, tomorrow night, New England plays Sarasota at 5:30, and Texas plays Pennsylvania at 8 p.m. Wednesday night, the winner of the New England-Sarasota game will play Lawrence County, the Lawrenceburg team, at 5:30. That's Wednesday night at 5:30. So the next time Lawrenceburg plays will be 5:30 Wednesday night. The winner of the Texas-Pennsylvania game will play California following the Lawrence County game. So once again, the next game for Lawrenceburg will be Wednesday night at 5:30, followed by the California game who will play the winner of Texas and Pennsylvania. And of course, the Thursday night game, they're starting the championship at 5 o'clock. That game will be played on Denver Trap Field at 5 o'clock on Thursday night.
All right, so we will get all that information up to you as soon as we can up on exportsradio.com, as the championship bracket has been set for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. Well, Stanley, before we get out of here, let's get some final thoughts on the game we just saw, as we finally got a close game here at Denver Trap Field, and the home team, you'd hope they get 4-0 if you're obviously a local fan, and they did it, and they did it in dramatic fashion tonight.
Yes, they did, and it's been a long day. A lot of the grounds crew, again, working overtime here today to get the field ready after the rain we had this morning and the sprinkles we had all throughout the afternoon. It was supposed to schedule at 5 o'clock start time, but then the sprinkles did not end until about 6:30, well, 6:15, and it took them a little while to get the field started. Thank you for Loretta High School for letting us borrow the tarp up here. That tarp worked wonderful. They're unrolling it right now, and they're going to put it on the field tonight just in case we have more showers come in. But what an exciting ball game that Lawrenceburg played tonight to win it in the bottom of the 7th inning. Got the runners on. They try to sacrifice Sam Crane hit one down the right field line to lead off the inning. His hit was very big in that inning, and then he was replaced by Jacob James, and he got sacrificed over to second base by Kendall Franklin on an attempt to sacrifice hit, but Kendall Franklin beat out the throw, and so he was safe at first and second, and then the next batter was Bailey Burleson. He laid down a perfect bunt. The pitcher turned and wheeled toward third base and threw it wide down the left field line, and Jacob James came in with the winning run. So a very exciting 7th inning.
Yes, it was, and I tell you, if you're watching still on Exports TV 1, you'll see the tarp that Stanley mentioned as the entire host team and part of the grounds crew putting this thing out. And we'll keep it dry, and hopefully the rain will be done. But I understand, at least as of earlier today, looking at our projections from our meteorologist back at the station, Ben Luna, saying there's a chance we may see some tomorrow and possibly even Thursday. But you know what? We've been dodging it all week, and it hit us on Friday and Saturday and then again today. But we've gotten the games in. Pool play has completed on time, maybe an hour and a half later than maybe initially scheduled, as we're sitting at about 11:40 Central Time. But pool play is in. And again, in case you're just getting to your car and catching us on the post-game show on the X, on 105.3 or 98.3, we welcome you in. And again, looking at the championship bracket, starts tomorrow. It will be the third-place team from the American Division, and that will be Pittsfield, Massachusetts. They will be taking on the second-place team from the National Division, Sarasota, Florida. So that game, it is Massachusetts and Florida at 5:30 Central Time. We'll have pregame coverage sometime around 5:20 tomorrow afternoon. And then the nightcap will face the third-place team for the National Division, Texas versus Pennsylvania, who finished second after they lost to Lawrenceburg tonight, and that will be sometime around 8 o'clock. Now, the host team from Lawrenceburg, as Stanley mentioned earlier, they will play again Wednesday night at 5:30. It will be the first game up Wednesday night at 5:30, and they will take on the winner of the Massachusetts-Sarasota, Florida game. The nightcap will be the number one seed from the National Division, which is California. With their win tonight, cemented their first-place seed, and they will take on the winner of Texas and Pennsylvania. And that is at 8 o'clock. And all games in the championship bracket are on Denver Trap Field. So, Stanley, final thoughts as we wrap up pool play for the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series and getting ready for what should be an exciting championship round over the next 3 days.
Yeah, we're getting to the home stretch here, and come on out and watch some good baseball. Even though Lawrenceburg's not playing tomorrow night, you're going to watch some good baseball tomorrow night for sure.
Yeah, without question. All right. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in to the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series pool play on the X-Sports Radio Network and X-Sports TV. For myself as executive producer, operations manager is Ben Luna, director all week so far has been Kyle Johnson, MustangsTV.com. You can check them out Friday nights for Mustang football. Studio engineer was Paula Walker. For Stanley Wilson, I'm JP Plant, reminding you to join us tomorrow evening around 5:15, 5:20 as the championship bracket round begins with Massachusetts and Florida. First pitch scheduled for 5:30 right here at Denver Trap Field. We're going to be joining our crews to bring you even more expanded coverage here on X-Sports TV. Special thanks to our camera operators all week so far, as Darian and AJ McCroskey, and also Dustin and Ben Methvin, who sat in yesterday as we had 4 games here on Denver Trap Field. For Stanley and myself, JP, saying good night from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2015 Babe Ruth World Series. We'll see you tomorrow for single elimination round live from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.